You know, young players are very, very important, and you can see the quality of young players that are at the club. You can see the quality of players that have moved on, and the next crop of players coming through. Great credit to the club, the scouting department, and then the coaches and the manager for improving these players. But you know, also around these players, they need to have players who can help them along the way as well. You know, obviously the manager's one part, but as the senior players, it's important, and we have a great senior player group here. You know, obviously the captain Dunky, Adam Lallana, since he's been here, the job he's done and helped the club on their way as well. And you know, Danny Welbeck, people like that, Pascal Gross. It's important the younger players have these guys around them as well to help them fulfil their potential as soon as possible.
Ferguson collects and lines one up, and it's gone in! Hat-trick for Ferguson! Absolute star boy, Evan Ferguson.
Hopefully we've helped improve, and the players coming in and the senior guys, and you try and help little bits here and there, training off the field, mentality, being vocal on the field. But ultimately it's a long process, and the team did amazing last year, and it started pretty solid this year, but there's so many areas we can improve on still as well, and that's the pleasing thing, that we always want to keep getting better and keep improving, and you know, that's what we're going to keep striving to do. Yeah, I feel very fortunate to have started my career in a time where it's probably more the old school, as you would say, and seeing how the game's developed, and I think there's so many good values from that old school. You know, just because the game changes, it doesn't mean it's any better than now. It's different, maybe a bit quicker pace, maybe a bit more, you know, things off the field, nutrition and things like that. But you know, the players that I played with, you know, at the start of my career, incredible players as well, and different game. You maybe had to be a bit tougher then. You knew if as a winger you were going to get launched in the air the first tackle of the game for sure, and it wouldn't be a yellow card. So you know, there's a lot of differences, and I feel lucky that I've been involved in like two sort of different areas in terms of the game, and been able to work under some incredible managers and take as much as I can in from each one and their styles. And that was a big attraction for coming to Brighton as well, working with the manager and obviously seeing how they play and you know how he is as well, and a big personality like Jurgen Klopp, and they both bounce around on the touchline and show their enthusiasm. And yeah, that was obviously a big reason to come here as well, because you can always improve, you can always learn a new style and play under a different manager. That was exciting. Yeah, I think he mellowed over the time he was at Liverpool. He still kept that fire when he needed it, but I think at the start he came in very fiery and very aggressive, and he needed to get across his way of playing and his standards, what was expected early, and he had to get that across quickly. So I think over time you see how he adapted to English football and the differences between, you know, playing every 3 days and playing over Christmas and keep playing, whereas obviously in Germany it was, you know, 2 sprints really. It was a sprint, then you had a rest in the middle and then another sprint. So it was interesting seeing how he developed that and adapted his ideas and changed the way we worked, and you know, was very successful in how he did it. And I think that's obviously important as a manager, to be able to keep your core principles and keep your ideas, but also develop and see what situation you're in a new country and things like that. But yeah, it was amazing to be part of that journey and see him come in from that very start and see how the team developed and got to a point where we could beat any team, but maybe weren't consistent. Then we managed to add the consistency, and that obviously led to us being successful and winning trophies. I think nobody likes pre-season. As soon as the season finishes or you're coming to the end of the season, you know, your mind starts thinking about pre-season, and nobody likes pre-season. No matter if you're good at it or you're an okay runner, like, nobody enjoys pre-season. So yeah, I can dispel that myth.